"You can't be serious," the tourist laughed, her voice echoing through the solemn silence of the cemetery. She flipped her sunglasses up, revealing striking eyes and a playful smirk. Heads turned, not just at the sound of her voice, but at the confident sway of her walk. Her form-fitting top hugged her curvy figure, and her generous chest drew attention like a spotlight. Whispers spread through the crowd. Is she really going to? And then she did. With a giggle, she stepped over the subtle boundary rope and raised her phone, aiming it toward the tomb of the unknown soldier. The guard stood frozen, still as stone, unmoving as always, rifle at his side, gaze fixed forward. His silence was not weakness, it was duty. But the crowd murmured. A child whispered, "Mom, she's not supposed to do that, right?" But the woman was unfazed. She struck a pose beside him, arms slightly raised to accentuate her chest, lips puckered into a selfie pout. Then came the sound, sharp, swift, not from the crowd, not from a phone, but from the guard. His boot slammed down, his voice, trained and thunderous, cut through the air like a knife. "Ma'am, step away." The tone wasn't angry, it was sacred. Every syllable carried the weight of thousands of unnamed souls buried beneath their feet. The woman froze, lips still parted mid-smirk. The crowd gasped. What happened next was not violence. It was something louder, silence, the kind that stills birds mid-flight, that quiets even children. The guard never broke stance. His eyes never met hers. But his words did. "This is not a backdrop. This is a grave," he said, each word deliberate. "You're standing on honor." The woman lowered her phone slowly, her expression morphing from smug to stunned. She looked around and realized every set of eyes was on her. Not in awe, but disappointment. Her beauty, once a shield, now couldn't protect her. She took a step back, visibly shaken, chest rising and falling with rapid breath. "I didn't mean," she stammered, but the damage was done. No one moved. The cemetery, once filled with silent reverence, now felt like a courtroom. Then a man stepped forward from the crowd. Elderly, cane in hand, medals on his jacket. "I lost my brother here," he said quietly, his voice barely more than wind. "You don't pose with grief." The woman covered her mouth, her eyes glossed with tears. "I didn't understand," she whispered. "I thought it was just—" She couldn't finish. Words crumbled in her throat. Flashback to her morning, fresh off the airport shuttle, marveling at monuments, smiling for selfies at every turn. She wasn't cruel, just unaware. A lifetime of likes and filters trained her to see the world as content. She hadn't come to offend. But her ignorance cost her more than a photo. It cost her dignity. Back in the present, the guard resumed his post. He did not react. He would not. That was not his role. But the story had already spread. Someone captured her mid-pose, someone else recorded the guard's reprimand. Within hours, it was on social media. Tourist disrespects tomb of the unknown, gets silenced by truth. The video went viral, comments poured in, some cruel, some kind, many reflective. But what no one expected was what she did next. The following morning, she returned, not in trendy clothes, not in makeup or heels. She wore black, simple, respectful. She stood at the edge of the crowd, hands clasped, head bowed. No phone, no camera, just silence. When the guard passed during the changing of the guard ceremony, she didn't flinch, she didn't move. But this time, she understood. Later, she visited the nearby Veterans Center. She volunteered to clean memorial plaques. She wrote a letter of apology, not just to the cemetery, but to every family with someone buried beneath that marble. And she posted a video, no makeup, no filters, just raw sincerity. "I made a mistake," she said, her voice trembling, "not because I'm cruel, because I was ignorant. But now, I know. And I will never forget." The internet forgave her. Veterans groups reposted her apology. The old man with the medals met her days later, and she hugged him gently. "Thank you," she said, "for helping me see." He nodded, not with resentment, but with quiet respect. "That's how we honor the dead," he replied, "by teaching the living." She never posed like that again. But she did share the lesson over and over. "Beauty gets you attention," she said in a later interview, "but humility earns you respect." That guard wasn't protecting a monument, he was protecting memory. In the end, it wasn't just a viral moment, it was a transformation. And now, when people scroll past that old clip of her being called out, they don't laugh. They pause, they reflect, they remember. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.